Summer's officially here, and the bikini sale at shackshop.us is happening right now. Get hot styles, bold prints, and perfect fits, all on sale for a limited time. Whether you're beach-bound or poolside, we've got the bikini that makes you feel confident, cute, and totally summer-ready. So don't wait. Head to shackshop.us and shop the sale before it ends. That's shackshop.us, your new favorite bikini spot.
For more than 2 decades, Richie Akiva's name has been synonymous with exclusivity, celebrity access, and the kind of velvet rope power that defines New York City nightlife. From private penthouses to red carpet after-parties, Akiva occupied a rare position at the intersection of entertainment, wealth, and influence. That carefully cultivated image fractured abruptly in January 2026. On a cold Wednesday evening, law enforcement officers placed Akiva in handcuffs, arresting the longtime nightlife impresario in connection with a violent incident that allegedly occurred inside a private Soho residence earlier this month. The arrest sent immediate shockwaves through elite social circles, where Akiva has long been considered both a gatekeeper and a fixer. According to police sources, Akiva faces burglary-related charges stemming from an alleged assault on a man who was reportedly asleep when the incident began. The allegations, which Akiva strongly denies, describe a brutal encounter involving a metal pipe, threats, and an alleged forced electronic money transfer. As details slowly emerge, the case has become more than a criminal investigation. It has evolved into a reckoning with the darker side of power, privilege, and the blurred lines between personal disputes and alleged criminal conduct in rarefied social worlds. What authorities alleged happened inside the Soho apartment? Law enforcement officials say the incident took place on January 7, 2026, inside a residential building in Soho, one of Manhattan's most expensive and tightly knit neighborhoods. According to investigators familiar with the case, Akiva and another man allegedly entered the apartment without authorization. Inside, police say they found a 35-year-old man asleep in a bedroom. What happened next, authorities claim, unfolded quickly and violently. Sources say the sleeping man was allegedly struck in the head with a metal pipe, an act that reportedly left him with a broken nose, as well as injuries to his right shoulder and right leg. Medical records reviewed by investigators allegedly corroborate the extent of those injuries, though police caution that the investigation remains ongoing. Beyond the physical harm, authorities allege that the victim was threatened and coerced into transferring money via a digital payment platform during the encounter. Investigators are now working to trace financial records tied to that alleged transfer. The second suspect in the case has been identified as Justin Brown, whom sources describe as a former security guard at one of Akiva's former nightlife ventures. Brown's precise role in the incident has not been publicly detailed, but authorities believe he acted in concert with Akiva. Both men were arrested on burglary-related charges. Prosecutors have not yet announced whether additional charges may be forthcoming. Akiva's immediate response: a categorical denial. Within hours of the allegations becoming public, Akiva moved swiftly to deny them. In an interview with Page 6 conducted on Wednesday, Akiva rejected the accusations outright, describing them as false and misleading. He has not publicly addressed the specific allegations involving the metal pipe or the alleged financial transfer, but he has insisted that he did not commit the crimes described by law enforcement. A spokesperson for Akiva released a formal statement later that evening, emphasizing his cooperation with authorities. Richie fully welcomes and supports a thorough investigation into this matter and is confident that the full truth will prevail, the statement read. Akiva was released from police custody Wednesday night. His legal team has not commented on whether he plans to challenge the charges immediately or pursue a public defense strategy. A parallel dispute: accusations against a former friend. Complicating the narrative is a separate, deeply personal dispute that appears to have unfolded in parallel with the alleged crime. In the days leading up to his arrest, Akiva reportedly contacted multiple journalists to claim that he had been wronged by a longtime friend and business associate, entertainment executive Michael Moriarty. According to sources, Akiva alleged that Moriarty had betrayed him financially and personally. The specifics of those claims have not been made public in detail. When contacted, Moriarty forcefully denied Akiva's allegations. "Whatever he's saying, it's not real," Moriarty said. "He's lying." Investigators have not publicly connected the personal dispute to the alleged Soho incident, though law enforcement sources acknowledge they are examining all possible motives and relationships connected to the case. Who is Richie Akiva, the making of a nightlife kingmaker? To understand the impact of Akiva's arrest, one must understand his role in reshaping New York nightlife. Akiva rose to prominence in the early 2000s, becoming a central figure in Manhattan's club scene at a time when nightlife was evolving into a global luxury industry. His venues were not merely clubs, they were curated ecosystems where celebrities, fashion executives, and billionaires mingled behind closed doors. Most famously, Akiva co-owned One Oak, a Chelsea club nightclub that came to define New York nightlife throughout the 2010s. The club's name, short for one of a kind, proved prophetic. At its peak, One Oak was a cultural institution, spawning international outposts and hosting nearly every A-list celebrity imaginable. Akiva's influence extended beyond bricks-and-mortar venues. He became known as a master of access, hosting private parties during New York Fashion Week, the Met Gala, Art Basel, and cons.
Among his closest celebrity associates was Leonardo DiCaprio, whom Akiva has publicly described as one of his best friends. Their bond further cemented Akiva's reputation as someone who could bridge Hollywood and Manhattan high society. Cracks in the empire, business disputes, and legal trouble. Despite the glamour, Akiva's career has not been with turbulence. In 2018, he became embroiled in a public legal battle with former business partner Scott Sartino, a fellow nightlife heavyweight and co-founder of the members-only club Zero Bond. The dispute marked the end of a powerful partnership and foreshadowed deeper instability. By 2022, One Oak shuttered its Chelsea location amid reports that more than $1 million in rent remained unpaid. The closure marked the symbolic end of an era in New York nightlife. That same year, Akiva pivoted to a new role, helping launch the exclusive members-only club The Ned in Manhattan as its brand and creative director. The opening drew major celebrities, including Rihanna, Emily Ratajkowski, G-Eazy, and Leslie Jones, suggesting that Akiva's social capital remained intact. However, further fractures emerged. In 2023, Page Six reported a falling out between Akiva and another former associate, Darren Danciel. The rivalry reportedly spilled into high-profile competition during the Cannes Film Festival, where the former partners hosted rival events. A pattern of controversy or coincidence? Akiva's arrest this month is not his first brush with the law. Last year, he was arrested on a separate charge related to driving with a suspended license, a comparatively minor offense, but one that nonetheless added to a growing list of legal headlines. While none of his prior legal issues involved allegations of violence, critics argue that they point to a broader pattern of risk-taking and entitlement that often accompanies unchecked power. Supporters counter that Akiva has long been a target of resentment in a cutthroat industry, where personal grudges and professional rivalries frequently spill into public view.
The case now moves into a critical phase. Prosecutors are expected to review medical evidence, digital financial records, and any available surveillance footage from the Soho neighborhood. Investigators are also likely to interview witnesses connected to the residence, as well as individuals involved in Akiva's recent personal disputes. Legal experts say the alleged use of a weapon and the claim of forced financial transfer could significantly raise the stakes if substantiated. At the same time, Akiva's defense is expected to challenge the credibility of the allegations, potentially arguing that the encounter has been mischaracterized or that key elements of the prosecution's narrative are unsupported. The cultural reckoning: power, privilege, and accountability. Beyond the courtroom, the case has sparked a broader conversation about accountability in elite social circles. For years, nightlife power brokers like Akiva operated largely outside public scrutiny, their influence reinforced by exclusivity and discretion. But in an era increasingly defined by transparency and social accountability, that insulation appears to be weakening. Industry insiders say the arrest has prompted quiet reassessments among investors, hospitality executives, and brand partners who once viewed Akiva as indispensable. Presumption of innocence and an uncertain future. As of now, all allegations against Richie Akiva remain unproven. He is presumed innocent under the law, and the investigation continues. Yet regardless of the legal outcome, the case represents a turning point. For a man who built his legacy on access, trust, and reputation, even the allegation of such violence carries profound consequences. Whether Akiva can recover, legally, professionally, and socially, remains an open question.